Hello and welcome back to the WCG stream of the RTS stage here at the 2003 Samsung World Cyber Games with your host, as always, Christopher Wax, Steven Ionetti. What is up, my friends? We're about to cast some Brood War yummy goodness. We've got two Korean players playing today, so I think there is quite a large crowd here. People being very happy to see their hometown favorites up on stage. Let's give a little bit of a rundown here of the players. We have a Go-Go, Yoongbom Lee, who is going to be all Zerg in this matchup. Skegus, who happens to be Do Yun Na, all Terran. First map for this match, this single elimination best of three, is going to be Gorky's Island. Second's going to be Martian Cross. Third is going to be Dahlia of Jungle. And I'm looking forward to it. I have just absolutely loved casting Brood War here. And I'm like so stoked to see two South Koreans play just because of friggin' awesome, and I mean awesome, micro and total ownage on map control. It's just, you know, I hate to admit it, but a lot of the best players are here in Korea, and I think that primarily has to do with the fact that they are so excited about Brood War. Everything that has to do with video games is related to Brood War, pretty much, in some way or another. I have Brood War chips over here, which I really have to find. I have to find those so badly. And I have to get some of those Brood War shoes. Now, I know I probably couldn't even come close to fitting them on two of my fingers, but I still have to get them for the shock value of showing all of my friends back in the USA of how much respect the people of Korea give video games and the respect they show the players of them. Anyway, a couple greetings being thrown around here to both of the players. Just, you know, making sure the other one is okay, you know, wishing them good luck and what have you. And yeah, you know, I watched a Go-Go play in a match the other day, and he just owned up his opponent nasty, just plain nasty. You know, I'm looking for just an amazing match. Zerg versus Terran, probably my favorite matchup to watch secretly. I really like watching those matches, the replays that I've seen and the VODs that I've seen. Just some great matches, and you know, I'm so worn out from all of my excitement that I've had here in Korea. Just the experience of being here, having all these wonderful people just fawning over you and giving you all the help you need. I'm going to miss it when I go back. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough not having people give me drinks and stuff when I'm casting and what have you. Maybe I'm going to have to hire out somebody to do that for me. Hopefully I will get some support from the listeners out there to do that. All right, folks, looks like this match is going to be starting up here in just a second. Gorky's Island is the map that is going to be first here in this series. Gorky's Island, again, an interesting map. It happens to be very drop-heavy. There are lots of good places to drop your units. Also, in terms of map control and getting yourself an expansion up. Basically, the only way you can get to your fast expansion is by dropping. There are no ramps off of the starting location, and you know, it's just going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to this game a lot. Like I said, the two players today, Yoongbom Lee, a Go-Go, who's going to play all Zerg in all of the levels here. Skegus, also from South Korea, is Do Yun Na. He's going to be playing all Terran. And I believe we're going to get underway very shortly. Very shortly indeed. I think we have the game coming up in a second here. Let's take a look here at some of the gaming profiles of these guys. Dahlia, date of birth, September 8th, 1983. So this guy is, he's an oldie in the world of gaming. He's around my age. Got 3 years on him. So, I'm still feeling old. Anyway, Youngbom Lee, October 7th, 1984 is his birthday. Fellow Libra, so I probably have to vote for him. The music you're hearing right now is the startup sounds. We're going to have the match start in just a second. There goes the countdown. The match is about to start, and here we go. We are getting underway right now. Crowd screaming there for their favorites. Here we go. Silent Control, a.k.a. Skegus, from South Korea, Dahlia. Silent Control getting the orange. And a Go-Go grabbing the yellow here. Go-Go is the Zerg player. And Silent Control is Terran. He's gotten him. Silent Control has gotten himself the 11 o'clock position here on Gorky's Island, and looking at a Go-Go, he's gotten himself the 7 o'clock position on Gorky's Island. So both players starting, vertically from each other, not all the way across the map, and I'm expecting something really spectacular, especially from the Terran player, Silent Control, who, Terrans just happen to have an easier time with drops, and I think if I have to call somebody, it's going to be Silent Control, just based on that fact. This map is really, really important to get the drop on your opponent. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Silent Control is going to be able to do here. All right, taking a look right now at Silent Control. He's getting himself some SCVs on mining. He's throwing up a supply depot right now. Still not building his Vespine refinery, his Terran refinery there. There goes the refinery for the Zerg player, the Zerg extractor. For a Go-Go, sitting at a Zerg Overlord right now. I almost said drug overlord there. That's a Freudian slip. It means that I need some drug. No, I'm just kidding. Surge spawning pool being thrown down right now by a Go-Go. He's going to try and get some lings out for some possible protection against drops. And let's see. It looks like Silent Control starting to build a Terran command center. Looks like he's going to go with the fast expansion. The advantage of having Terran is there's a lot of things you can do on this map that you really can't do with the other races. Getting that Terran command center built almost right away, you can get your fast expo up super, super fast and just have yourself an easy time doing it. You can lift it off the ground and just drop it right next to the minerals, and it's just a great tactic. And it looks like Silent Control is going to stick with that. Spawning pool still trying to be spawned right now. And there goes the lair. The Zerg lair for a Go-Go, trying to tech up as fast as possible here. And taking a look at Silent Control right now. He's getting his Terran refinery up. Looks like both players trying to keep their speed going. And right now, Terran Command Center for Silent Control, just trying to crank out as many SCVs as possible. We do have the Terran Command Center here for him, and it's about to be lifted off and sent on over to that expansion behind his starting location. Most likely, if I had to guess, considering the positioning. There it goes, on the way over to behind this expansion. And Zerg lair still trying to be spawned right now for a Go-Go. We've got a Zerg Overlord right now scouting out the map. And there it goes. Terran Command Center down on the ground right now. SCV is going to be pumped out of that very shortly. Got the Terran Factory going right now as well for Silent Control. He's got 2 of them going. Looks like he's just going to skip a Rax altogether, from what I can see. Or he built one already, and I think it's scouting west, or scouting east on this map. And let's see, Terran Factory still trying to be finished off here. Air Engineering Bay going as well. Yep, Matt Rax going east on the map, trying to scout for an opponent's And it's looking like Silent Control is not going to find it. We've got the second supply depot down as well for Silent Control. And it's looking like we've got ourselves a Spire going as well for a Go-Go. Looks like he's going to try and get out some Mutalisks as fast as possible. Second hatchery out as well for a Go-Go. He's trying to get out some more units much faster. Engineering bay done now for Silent Control. Armory going up as well. Most likely wants to get some Goliaths out mighty quick. Goliaths probably being the most popular unit choice on this map, and I can't disagree with the choices made by the players. So it's looking like Silent Control is going to bring his racks back over to his main base, possibly going to build some more Marines. It's looking like he's getting himself situated to make an offensive push possibly here on a Go-Go, who does have that Spire up, like I said. Going to get out some Mutalisks soon. And it's looking like we've got ourselves some missile turrets up at that expansion set up for Silent Control, just trying to guard it against any possible Mutalisk. Terran starport's going up now as well for Silent Control. As he tries to get himself ready for the coming air obliteration. Got some Hydralisks coming shortly. Lots and lots of drones here inside the main base of a Go-Go, who's now sending off some drones. Looks like he's going to try and get himself up an expansion at another location here on Gorky's Island. Trying to get, he's got the transportation upgrade for his Overlord. Overlord now transporting some drones across to the other portion of the map as he tries to get an expansion going. Drones have been dropped right now, and now it looks like they are going to build up another hatchery, gather some more minerals for a Go-Go. Hatchery up going now. Another one going up at the expansion behind the main base of a Go-Go. Goliath being cranked out here by Silent Control. He wants to keep a nice air defense and possibly drop them on a Go-Go later on in this match. We've got the machine shop cranking away at the factory. Looks like we got some siege tanks coming. We've got some Scourge now as well for for a Go-Go. A Go-Go is going to try and possibly dissuade against any dropships coming into his area. I know in some of these Zerg matches I've seen on this map, Scourge have been really, really important in controlling what's going on with those dropships from Terran and just about any of the other races. Just very effective in killing off air units. And now we've got some Overlords making their way over to another portion of the map. I'm guessing they have some units inside of them, because a Go-Go making some aggressive maneuvers right now over towards the top middle location on the map. Here come the Goliaths right now for Silent Control. Looks like he's guarding against any possible entrance into his expansion, pushing them on over to the side. We've got a dropship now out of the starport, a second starport about to go up, and now it looks like we've got some Mutalisks for a Go-Go, and now we're seeing some ComSat scanning being done by Silent Control. Mutalisks on the move up towards the top of the map. Looks like they're going to try and make a move here on Silent Control. They are being positioned here and just trying to contain Silent Control. And now we just got Goliaths all over the ground here for Silent Control. He's got his dropship ready to pick them up and drop in if they get damaged, my guess. And let's see. Here goes the missiles from the Goliaths, owning up an Overlord there. I believe it did not have any units inside of it. I think it was just trying to scout out that area and ran into about 10 Goliaths. They didn't really like that too much. Let's give a little bit of an update here on the Brood War standings, folks. Right now, these are the semifinals. 4 players left for Brood War. Whoever goes on to win this game will be moving on to the finals. I believe the finals are on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be wrong. Anyway, now here come some more Overlords. We got Valkyries right now for Silent Control, using those to take out any of the air units that Agogo is trying to bring out. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of splash damage type units coming from both players. Here come the Mutalisks right now for Agogo, along with some Scourge. Looks like those Mutalisks going to be leading the way here for the Scourge. Good strategy there. Want to get a little damage on the Mutalisks, then bring in the Scourge to maximize their damage to the other player. Both Korean players looking very serious. One of them definitely moving on to the finals. So South Korea is definitely in Brood War. They have not lost their touch. There goes another Overlord. So far, some pretty good map control that was originally being taken by Agogo. Now the Valkyries seriously owning up the Overlords of Agogo, as Silent Control just waiting basically inside of his base, just trying to contain, even though Agogo has spread himself out and he's got himself, I believe, 2 expansions, trying to contain him by killing his Overlords. Overlords easy to make and cheap to build, but they do stall you for a little while. Gonna provide you with some time there to make some more units. Valkyrie's gonna be dishing out some cover for the dropships of Silent Control right now. And Agogo trying to move around the map here, just trying to keep an eye on his base area. This is a very defensive or very offensive map, depending on how you look at it. It's either or, really. And here we go. Here's the first big battle of the game. Mutalisk coming and going after the Valkyries right now of Silent Control. Silent Control going to fall back with his Goliaths dropping from the dropship and reposition himself. Silent Control trying to take over the middle of the map right now. He's got Valkyries for cover fire, running into some of the Overlords of Agogo, who will be retreating back to his side of the map. Just staying very defensive right now, and that might not be a bad idea, as he seems to be getting seriously damaged by the Terran player, Silent Control. Uh-oh, I think we're going to have another run in here. Silent Control going to run into some of the Mutalisks, I think, of Agogo, throwing out some Hell Darts on an Overlord. Another Overlord biting the dust here. Wow, some excellent Overlord killing by Silent Control. Gonna hold Agogo back even more. This is just going to be really tough. It's like taking out the farms in Warcraft 3. If you keep taking them out, you're holding the opponent back for more time. It's going to take to build more farms, and it's just it's not as big of a problem here in StarCraft Brood War. But now, as Agogo starts to crank out the Mutalisks, and I mean crank them out, there's about 25 of them on the screen right now. That's really going to come into play as he tries to face off against the dropships, Valkyries, and Goliaths, or Mechs as I like to call them. And here come the Mutalisks. Whoa, missile fire all over the place. Now the Mutalisks trying to take out the Valkyries. Goliaths on the ground. Nice positioning here by Silent Control. Let's see who can win this map. The Mutalisks seem to be taking control, and Silent Control is not in control anymore. Now it looks like Agogo falling back a little bit here. He has forced the Goliaths to fall back to the ice, and Silent Control is just kind of microing his units back and forth here. Silent Control still on that ice, though, but I believe more units were killed by Agogo. Now Silent Control taking things to the offensive, and he's bringing his units over to the expansion of Agogo. Agogo trying to get out some more Mutalisks to counter this. And here come the Goliaths and the Valkyries owning up the expansion of Agogo. Scourge coming out of the hatchery, and here come the Mutalisks owning up the Goliaths. The Goliaths falling all over the place here to the Mutalisks. Hellfire darts all over the place, and owning the Mutalisks badly. Here come the Mutalisks, so the numbers are just too much to deal with. Mutalisks taking out the Goliaths and saving the expansion. Nice maneuver here by Agogo. Good job, the crowd clapping and very happy to see a Terran player having a little bit of trouble on this map. You know what? I might have been wrong. We could see the Zerg player, Agogo, take the win here over Silent Control. This match is still up in the air. I've seen some excellent Brood War casts thus far, and it's just tough to predict the winner, even in this case as well. I said I think, Terran going to have the advantage here on this map, but we'll see what happens. I'm seeing a Terran command center being flown over towards the middle as Mutalisks are making their way up the side of the map. Looks like we're going to have another expansion run here, but this time it's from a Go-Go on Silent Control. Silent Control losing several missile silos, and we've got one Valkyrie here to defend the expansion. What is Silent Control doing? He's losing his expansion very badly. Several of the SCVs getting taken out here by a Go-Go, and now Silent Control looking a bit worried. He's bringing in some Valkyries to try and even out the odds, and now the Mutalisks making their way back down the left side of the map as a Go-Go done the damage already. He has not seen the Terran Command Center over in the middle of the map. I don't think it's in his sight range. A Go-Go still trying to crank out as many Mutalisks as possible inside of his main base. Lots and lots and lots of Mutalisks. Probably the best choice in this situation. I think Zerg probably has a pretty tough time on this map, as well as Protoss. And I gotta still give this to the Terran, just because of the sheer number of units that can be used in the Terran arsenal that just really go with this map. We've got lots of Spore towers for the Zerg player, a Go-Go here. And here come more Mutalisks. Spore towers. Jeez. All right. You can tell I'm tired. All right. Anyway, we've got several Goliaths over by another expansion base right now for Silent Control. Looks like he's trying to keep an eye on things, but a Go-Go is expanding all over the map. I think I see 3 expansions for a Go-Go, trying to control the whole bottom portion of the map. And Silent Control, I think, is doing the same thing. Both players staying really defensive. We've seen a couple offensive pushes, but for the most part, it's been very defensive. Anyway, we've got another Zerg hatchery coming out right now. Nidus Canal. I haven't been expecting those, but that's a good choice there by a Go-Go. If he places that well on the side of Silent Control, then he should easily be able to get out some ground reinforcements. We're having a couple video problems right now. I can't see what's going on with the action. And there we go, it's back finally, as we get ourselves some Goliaths here by Silent Control. And Silent Control trying to go after an Overlord here, almost doesn't finish it off, but does realize that it's not dead yet and coming back to kill it. And looks like Terran Command Center being flown over to the middle of the map, which happens to have the most resources available. We've got ourselves several sunken colonies right now, and I believe Silent Control making a big push here. This is the biggest push of the game. We've got about 20 Goliaths making their way towards the middle of the map right now. He's not playing around, folks. This might be a game, but he is taking things very seriously. Silent Control bringing down some Goliaths into the middle of the map right now. And here we go. This could be another really, really big push. He's trying to control the middle of the map that has the most resources. If he controls a lot of SCVs here, puts up some missile turrets, then, I don't know. These could be getting very bad for a Go-Go, who has built himself up another expansion. He's trying to get the Nidus Canal up in a more offensive location. And we do have the Zerg lair upgraded all the way. The hive is now up. And here we go. We've got some more Goliaths running into the Overlord of a Go-Go, who has just been getting his Overlords killed all over the place. Silent Control is scouting this whole map. He's keeping an eye on everything. Excellent play by Silent Control. You gotta love the way he's playing here. He's just got an eye all over the map, trying to make sure he knows what a Go-Go is doing all the time. But I don't think he's noticing that a Go-Go is raping the middle of the map right now, or his top expansion, his top middle expansion, as now Silent Control trying to realize that he's got some serious things to contend with right now. Going after the Overlords again of Silent Control. Silent Control is just taking a serious beating on his Overlords tonight. And now we've got some Mutalisks over by an expansion here. We've got Ultralisks now getting ready for Ogogo. He's got his Nidus Canal set up. Ultralisks out and ready to go. And those Ultralisks should easily take charge in the battle versus the Goliaths of Silent Control. Mutalisks running to the Valkyries right now. Silent Control, and Silent Control is going to kill some more Overlords. Jeez. Just killing. Ultralisk making a push here on the top middle expansion right now. And that's not looking good for Silent Control, losing all of his missile turrets in a matter of seconds. SCV's dying all over the place. Excellent, excellent. Ultralisk push here, and now Silent Control trying to come back and protect, but he's only got Valkyries to do that with. That's the problem with Valkyries. They only attack the air. SCV's trying to run away from that battle. Zergling's owning up the ground. Ultralisk all over the place right now for a go-go. This is a great match, folks. Here comes Silent Control trying to take back the middle. He's got his dropships ready, Goliath set up, and he's trying to set up some nice choke points in the middle, forcing the Ultralisks to get owned by the Goliaths. Ultralisks falling all over the place as only one at a time can attack from the close range. Nice job here. Nice job by Silent Control, positioning his Goliaths in the correct spots. SCV's in the front now, taking the brunt of damage from the Ultralisks. Now the Ultralisks coming around the back way, going after the Goliaths. Excellent job. Oh, Goliaths dying all over the place right now. Here come the Valkyries. Here come the Valkyries trying to go after the Mutalisks of Ogogo, who is just having to deal with so many units. There are so many units on the screen, you can hardly see what's going on. We do have the Terran Command Center floating up in the air, and Ultralisks can do nothing about it but stare and wonder, if only I had wings. Ultralisks still being created here at a secondary tertiary expansion. And more Ultralisks are on their way over while these things beat up the ground. I'm seeing some Devourers as well, but the Valkyries coming up and owning those Devourers with ease. Valkyries kind of the death sentence for Devourers. They just made to obliterate them. Devourers good for nice hit and runs on air units, but that's about it. Guys, welcome back. This is Christopher Wax, Steven Ianetti. I am live at the 2003 Samsung World Cyber Games, and we've just had a ruling from WCG. It appears that last match, Silent Control versus Ogogo, that had a problem. There was a network issue. It looks like Silent Control, the Terran player, is going to take the win here is going to take the loss. The loss. Man, what is wrong with me today? Silent Control will lose that match after Ogogo with his serious Ultralisk control did an amazing job. We are going to have the second match coming up for you in a little bit here. Just in a little while. Let's see what that second map is. Second map's going to be Martian Cross. So unless Silent Control takes the win here, Ogogo is going to move on to the finals for StarCraft Brood War here at the 2003 Samsung World Cyber Games, and one step closer to $20,000. That's a lot of won, my friend. That is a lot of Korean won. Martian Cross is the upcoming map. Now, I personally think it's going to be really rough for Silent Control. I happen to notice that with the way the choke points are set up, Terran just have a really tough time. If the Zerg starts very close to Silent Control, I don't know. A Go-Go is probably going to grab the win there, in my opinion. But we'll see what could happen. I've seen some amazing displays of comebackery. That's not even a word, but it is now because I just made it a word here at WCG. I've just seen some awesome games, and I've seen some players come back from what I thought was complete defeat. And these players are so good that it can easily happen. That's the music, folks. That means we're going to get this game started in a second, I believe. Here comes the countdown. And here's the countdown. Looks like we're going to have the game start right now. Martian Cross is the map. Go-Go in the purple, or the pink, and Silent Control in the blue. We are underway. Hatchery for a Go-Go out. Both players not starting apart from each other, but this is a lengthwise map, meaning it is longer on the top. Than it is horizontally. And looks like several drones coming out right now for a Go-Go. Just trying to keep things going here with his hand micro, his keyboard speed. The drone's moving back and forth, relaying the mirrors. Oh my God. My fellow members of TSN need to be kicked in the face. You guys need to listen to what I say. It's a best of 3 match. Therefore, there's more than one game. The first match was a win for a Go-Go, ruled by WCG. And it's looking like we've got some scouts coming out right now. The drone for a Go-Go trying to find his opposing player. Go-Go has gotten himself the top right location here on Martian Cross, looking for his opponent right now at the top left. Not going to find him there because Silent Control has picked up the lower right song. Or the lower right song. The lower right part of the map. Lower right starting location. Anyway, we've got some barracks going up right now for Silent Control. And anyway, it looks like we're seeing a fast expo coming out from a Go-Go. He's picked himself up, his drone, and moved it on over to a different part of the map, starting to get his hatchery going right now. And we've got a scouting SCV coming up by Silent Control right now. He's just found the hatchery, using his SCV to attack it, and he's probably not going to do too much damage with that right now. The SCV for Silent Control has found that hatchery, though. He's still going to try and attack it, I guess. Still putting forth the effort. And Zerg spawn pool going up right now for Go-Go. And, all right, here we go. Barracks going up right now for Silent Control. And we've got 2 drones right now for a Go-Go going after the SCV of Silent Control, forcing it to run away from that. And now the drone's starting to eat some minerals and probably bring them back. Anyway, looks like we've got Silent Control and a Go-Go fighting this one out. Barracks being built offensively here by the SCV of Silent Control. That might be a bad maneuver here. That's kind of a waste of minerals and stuff. Here goes the SCV coming under attack right now. We've got our first Marine coming over, going after the drones of a Go-Go, who has just finished off that the bunker. And here come the Lings, guarding the expansion for a Go-Go, who is built at the very close expansion near his main base. It's looking right now like Silent Control building up another hatchery here at another location. He's trying to keep things going at his main base, and looks like Marines on the move here for Silent Control, going after some of the Lings here of a Go-Go, who's going to reposition him. And let's see, looks like Marines on the way over to another part of Silent Control's base. He's getting himself an academy going, trying to get himself some medics. And now the Marines are on the move. And let's take a look here at Silent Control, moving those Marines on over to his choke point. And now we've got another hatchery going, a creep colony going for a go-go. Looks like we've got some, the creep colony turning into a sunken colony, and some Marines running into the units of a go-go. Marines for Silent Control making their way up top to the upper portions of the map right now. Looks like he's going to try and make a run here on the expansion of a go-go. He does have a sunken colony coming up now, I think. And let's see, we've got another creep colony coming up for a go-go. Looks like he's going to try and get some defense going. We've got a Terran bunker just outside the expansion base of a go-go right now. A very offensive maneuver here by Silent Control. Looks like he's not taking things lying down. His last match was a loss, and he wants to make a go-go bleed for it. Silent Control on the move right now, trying to get his units over towards a go-go's expansion. I don't think he's seen the sunken colony as of yet. And let's see. There go the stim packs. First medic coming over for Silent Control as he's trying to take on the Lings and two sunken colonies. Not going to do it very well. The medics getting behind the Marines and keeping them alive. And the Lings getting mowed down. Terran Marines going after the Overlord right now of a go-go who's trying to move it back. Gets killed off. Sunken colonies going after the Marines right now. Lings getting mowed down by the Marines and the medics. There it goes. Hasta luego to one sunken colony. Another sunken colony coming under some serious fire. More Lings coming down for a go-go. Nice micro here by a go-go, pushing back Silent Control as best as he can, and a go-go keeping himself alive. The Lings coming in, trying to get in front of the Marines right now as the Marines making their way back over to the base. Firebats, more Marines coming up right now for Silent Control. Looks like medic Marines trying to get those melee and ranged units that the humans have and are often neglected except in versus Zerg battles. On the move right now, a go-go trying to maintain his expansion base, which is so far the main battles that have been taking place on this map. Right now we've got we've got an engineering bay going up for the Terran player, Silent Control. We've got a factory going up as well. Remember, he still has two racks. There we go, another big fight over at the expansion. Another sunken colony biting the dust. Now a go-go coming back and bringing his ownage micro here with his Zerglings, going after the Marines and killing off some last medic here. Nice job by a go-go holding his expansion for as long as possible, trying to get his Ling set up to guard the bridge right now, leading on over to his area. He does have the only expansion, I believe, on this map, so the more units that Silent Control wastes here, the worse off he's going to be later on. We've got a starport going up right now for Silent Control. Looks like he wants to try and grab the aerial advantage. We'll see how things go. And let's see, we've got some Lings going across the bridge right now, making their way to the lower portions of the map. Lings positioning themselves to try and contain Silent Control. Everyone looks very intense here, as some of the kids you're seeing their pictures up on the big screen, probably liking the fact that they're going to be on TV. We've got some more offensive building placement here by Silent Control, trying to push forward as a lot of Terrans use just about everything they have. Buildings, nice long-range siege, and just, missile turrets to keep a forward push going. They try and slowly get the map by building buildings and slowly adding to their army. And nice maneuver here by a go-go. Nice feint. Oh, my God. What a nice move. Tricked Silent Control into moving one way, then came in with the Lings, taking out some of the main buildings inside of his base. What a job there by a go-go. with only a few links. He's already taken out some buildings of Silent Control. Now making his way over to the expansion, killing off the expansion. Awesome play here by a Go-Go. Killing off, or trying to kill off, a supply depot, but now he's getting his links killed off as the SCVs come to repair. And Silent Control has kept his buildings alive by the barest of threads. I don't know how he did that, but he did. Awesome play by both players. Zerg Spire going up right now for a Go-Go. Let's see if he's able to maintain the psychological advantage he's had so far. Here come the Mutalisks coming down to the lower portions of the map. And let's see, it looks like we've got some Mutalisks maybe making another run here on the main base of Silent Control, who is trying to throw up a science facility. It is up. The missile turret's pegging away here at the Mutalisks as the Marines and medics coming in trying to help out the SCVs as they're getting nasty by the Mutalisks. Now some Marines coming back using stim packs, trying to run as fast as possible, and a Go-Go just microing his Mutalisks around, trying to save as much health on them as possible. And Silent Control just being forced to run around this map like crazy, saving everything, or at least trying to bunker in position here at his expansion base. And now a Go-Go sending on over some Zerglings along with some Mutalisks. Looks like he really wants that expansion gone. He does not want Silent Control to take map control away from him. And now here comes a Go-Go with several Mutalisks to the expansion base. Looks like he's doing a little bit of a hit and run here on that expansion base. We do have a science facility, or science vessel for Silent Control. Probably going to throw out some radiation here. Nice. Here comes Mutalisks and the Zerglings owning up the Firebats and Marines. Now it looks like Silent Control falling back to his bunker right now, holding off the Zerglings, and stim packs being used. Medics and Marines just falling all over the place. Bunker still alive with 2 health. Now it explodes as fire has consumed the bunker. Nice job here by the Mutalisks and everything for a Go-Go. Wow, these battles are all hard fought. This is just great play by both players. Awesome games thus far by these Koreans. We've got a hatchery going up now as well in another part of the map for a Go-Go. Another one as well, so we've got a possible 3 expansions for a Go-Go, and I'm seeing 7 Overlords on the move to the lower portion of the map right now. What does that mean? That probably means a whole lot of Zerglings about to be dropped right on the head of Silent Control. He's probably not ready for this. We'll see what happens. We've got some Scorch coming. Lurkers on their way down to the lower portion of the map. I think we're going to see those suckers dropped right on the head. Nice feint again by a Go-Go. I don't think he has anything in the Overlords. And now here come the Lurkers, positioning themselves at the expansion base of Silent Control, owning it up nasty style. Overlords just served as a feint there on the Terran Marines and Medics. Nice job here by the Lurkers of a Go-Go, who is just awesome with map control. He is playing great today. And Science Vessel coming out right now, trying to detect those burrowed units, and the Lurkers are just pegging away at some units that are in poor positioning right now for Silent Control. Wow, what a game. Oh, Go-Go just outside the range of the Science Vessel right now. Looks like he's going to try and get himself set up for another push. Let's see what he can do here. A radiated Mutalisk by Silent Control. He's Mutalisk making his way, trying to get on top of the Terran units instead of the Zerg units. Radiates nice, kills any unit you hit it with. After a certain period of time, not instantly. And now the Lurkers and Lings of a Go-Go making another big push here. We've got some siege tanks in the back. We'll see how those come into play. There go the spines of the Lurkers, owning up the ground units of Silent Control. Here come the Lurkers. Oh, another Irradiate coming out from Silent Control. Not going to do too much damage, but will kill off that Lurker eventually. Some more spines coming up out of the ground right now, and let's see what that Irradiate can do. Kills off the Lurker, and now the expansion for Silent Control is gone. I don't think he's got any other expansions up on the map. This could be good game soon. We'll see what happens here. Silent Control setting himself up at the choke point again, setting his siege tank forward, oddly enough. He's got his science vessels out in front, trying to retain his Terran refinery on his Vespene Geyser here as he just finishes off the rest of the lurkers, but the damage has been done. The SCVs at the expansion have been killed off. The command center in flames. Now a Go-Go getting himself set up for another push here. He's just outside the expansion of Silent Control. Yet again, we've got several Hydralisks being created as well now. Looks like we're going to see some more lurkers, I think. Marines making their way up to the top part of the map here for Silent Control. He's not giving up. Still trying to stay offensive, even though he's been on his heels for most of this game. He's going to be taking it to the expansion of a Go-Go very soon. A Go-Go with a lot of expansions, like I mentioned before. That could come into play. One expansion, not going to mean a whole lot right now. But because of the lack of scouting from Silent Control, he's not going to know that. Now the Hydralisks turning into lurkers as Silent Control making a big push here. Good irradiate on a Mutalisk, taking out lots of units of a Go-Go, pushing a Go-Go back even further as Go-Go tried to defend. And now it looks like Silent Control making his way closer to that expansion of a Go-Go. A Go-Go with 3 sunken colonies right now, just pegging away at the Marines of Silent Control, who's just outside the base of a Go-Go with some science vessels and some siege tanks. It's looking like he's pegging away at the sunken colonies. Oh my God, the ownage. Here comes Silent Control. He is saying, I'm not giving up. I want this $20,000 as much as you. And now here comes a Go-Go with some more Mutalisks trying to own up the Marines and medics of Silent Control, but they're just too much to handle. Mutalisks falling all over the place, and now Silent Control making a push here on this expansion. He's taking over the expansion. He's coming back in this game. Who could have called this? I don't know. I think I did. Here we go. What a game. Terran's just pegging away at the Zerg player, a Go-Go. Awesome job here by Silent Control. What is a Go-Go waiting for? He needs to come back in this game. He's got enough expansions that he's got himself. Oh, nice irradiate there by the science vessels. Irradiating one of the science vessels and walking it over the drones of the Zerg player, killing off all of the drones in a timely fashion. A Go-Go pulling out some last-minute maneuvers that have saved his butt. Just awesome job here by Silent Control. Now he's coming in, owning up the main base of a Go-Go, who is way behind. We've got tons of medics and Marines inside the main base. The main lair going down. Goodbye. And now here comes the Marines pegging away at the Zerg extractor. We've got another big base being set up, though, by a Go-Go. Might be a little too little, too late, as we say in America. Hatchery going up again here for a Go-Go. He might have spent a little too much money on expansions and not enough money on units on the ground. Here comes Silent Control again, using some stim packs, trying to kill off an Overlord, and he's just found one of the outlying expansions. A Go-Go has just said GG. That means good game, folks. And a Go-Go putting his hands on his head. He is upset with his performance. He could have won this game, and he knows it. Silent Control is praising the gods. He does not know where he pulled that out from, but he certainly did. He has won this match. That's right, I said he won it. Came back and got the win over a Go-Go. Did I say something before about how Terrans had a tough time on that map if they got rushed? I hate being wrong. I hate being wrong, but I was wrong in this case. You know, the players are so good here at WCG, and this is like the umpteenth match that I've seen that just come back from utter defeat. Excellent play by Silent Control. He's wiping the sweat from his brow right now. A Go-Go is sighing. He looks very upset. He should be. And I'm just shocked at the level of play here at WCG. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break. Then we're going to bring some more WCG excitement your way. More StarCraft Brood War coming at you in a second. All right, folks. Next game coming up in a little bit here. The final map of this awesome series is going to be Dahlia of Jungle. So, I'm ecstatic. Second here. They're having the countdown right now. Again, this is Christopher Wax Steven Ionetti. We've got the crowd cheering in the background somehow. I don't think it's for me, but we'll see. Everyone's ecstatic to see the rest of these games. I know I am. I am on the edge of my seat, literally. It's amazing to see this here in Korea. I am shocked. I cannot believe the comeback in that last match. Silent Control with the psychological edge over his opponent, Agogo, right now. As I said before, all the matches here for Agogo, he's playing as Zerg. All the matches for Silent Control, a.k.a. Skegus, and his real name, Do-Yun-Na, Terran. We'll see who can win this. Who will go on to the finals for StarCraft Brood War. Right now inside the main base of Silent Control, he's got himself the teal. Not a bad color by any means. Supply depot going up right now. As I mentioned before, the map is Dahlia of Jungle. Now, this is a great map. All right, this is probably the most similar to Lost Temple. And I know Lost Temple is a favorite of many of the Brood War players, and for just reasons. It's extremely balanced, and it's a lot of fun. This map, probably the most similar, but there are a lot of differences. You have very close expansions to your main base. They are enclosed, but they are enclosed in such a way that extreme range units can still hit them. Still hit all the resource gatherers. This is probably my favorite map out of all the maps I've seen here at WCG 2003, the Grand Final sponsored by Samsung and many other sponsors. You know, it's just so amazing to see these games live, folks. I wish all of you were here and could see these games and experience awesome friggin' cool excitement that everybody has over these games. It's like a real sporting event back in America. Just tons of excitement. We've got a nice little refinery push here by Silent Control. Looks like he's really taking the psychological edge away from Agogo. Come up the ramp right now. Did a refinery rush there on the Vespine Geyser of Agogo. He's sticking very offensive this game. And let's see if Silent Control can take the win again from a Go-Go. Nice move there with that refinery rush there on the Vespene Geyser, forcing a Go-Go to kill it before he can make his, and holding him back on making units that require Vespene gas a little bit longer. All right, folks, looks like we've got another expansion here. We've got an expansion here for Go-Go. He's building himself up a hatchery along with the extractor in another location. So being held with that Vespene Geyser just going to be really, really rough on a Go-Go, especially since he went with the Fast Expo. And let's see, it looks like we've got several Marines here waiting on the ramp right now for Silent Control, just kind of guarding it. Probably the most important part of this map is controlling the bridges leading to your area. It's really important to stop the ground forces. The only way to make them come across would be to use a dropship type class, unit. Now we've got some scouting being done by an SCV of Silent Control. He's found an expansion base for a Go-Go. A Go-Go with some Zerglings out, random locations on the map, just outside the main base of Silent Control. And we've got no Vespene Geyser tractor being built on the main base here by a Go-Go. Looks like he's just relying on the other one at his expansion. We've got a starport going up right now for Silent Control. He's moving his Marines down off the ramp. Looks like he's found some lings for a Go-Go, who's now seeing those, and he's going to retreat one of his Zerglings. Now we've got one Zergling making its way into the base of Silent Control, doing a little bit of damage here against an SCV, but it's not really going to matter too much as the SCVs easily kill it off. We've got another Zergling inside the SCV line, just wreaking havoc over there. Another feint by a Go-Go, who's probably... I mean, he's one of the best players I've seen at making feints. Just, having people, tricking people with certain moves and moving his Zerglings one way and then attacking another way. Just very good at controlling, different units at different spots on the map. He's very, very good at that. Silent Control, though, he's playing a very solid Terran. I mean, he's just got a nice medic Marine skills, good micro, making sure his medics are alive, his Marines are alive, almost constantly. Bunker going up right now on the ramp for Silent Control. He's just kind of guarding the entrance to his base. And we've got some creep colonies going down right now for a Go-Go, trying to guard his expansion against the medic Marine combination that has worked so well for the Terran player, Silent Control. Now it looks like we've got a layer up. We've got some Hydralisks coming out right now for a Go-Go. He looks a little disappointed. I think he's still upset about his last match, where he really should have won. He really should have won that last match, and he knows it. We all make mistakes, but not many of those mistakes are worth $20,000. Something to think about. And I'm sure he is, pacing back and forth in his mind. We've got a dropship now incoming on the main base of a Go-Go. Here come the medic Marines making their way off the dropship, going after the extractor right now of a Go-Go, trying to move his lurkers in for the kill. We'll get those down into the ground and force the Terran player, Silent Control, to reposition his stuff. A Go-Go with some very fast reactions, and the lurkers being dropped into position here in some different locations, and forcing the dropship of Silent Control to move over to the ramp as he kills off a Zergling there with a fire bat. And it's looking like right now We got some attacking going on at the expansion. As I mentioned before, I said Agogo had excellent control over the map and what was going on in different locations. We've got a nice drop being done here on the expansion base of Agogo by Silent Control. Silent Control dropping some medic marines down. He's got 2 lurkers to deal with, though. He's put himself out of range of the lurkers, and now it looks like he's going to kill off the extractor of Agogo. Here comes the ComSat scan. Taking out one of the lurkers right now is Silent Control, but we've got 3 lurkers on the move being burrowed, and Silent Control moving his units very well here, keeping his medic marines alive. And now the lurkers owning up with those spines, getting the medic marines trapped, but now we've got a dropship coming in and picking them up. Silent Control retreating, but he's already done the damage, taking out the extractors. Excellent, excellent map control here, taking out those extractors, making sure he's got things under control. Very, very offensive here. He's trying to maintain his psychological edge, and he's been doing it thus far. Got another Rax going up right now for Silent Control. Terran Command Center being thrown down. Looks like he's going to get an expansion going now as well, making sure he keeps the advantage going. He's going to need another Terran Command Center being built, probably going to be floated on over to another expansion location. We've got a starport up now. We still have that starport up now, of course. Otherwise, he wouldn't have any dropships, would he? No, he wouldn't. Tell him getting tired. All right, anyway. Dropship picking up some more medic marines. Probably going to make another offensive push here on Agogo, who's been back on his heels throughout this whole match. But as we saw last match, these players are good enough that they can make comebacks from what I would think would be game-ending situations. That's the kind of game that Brood War is. If you're good enough and you're smart enough, you can come back and win the game from your opponent if he makes one mistake. Here come 2 more dropships, possibly on the main base. Scourge is going out after the dropships. 1 dropship biting the dust there. And here comes the medic marines going after the lurkers. 1 ComSat station being used there and finding the burrowed lurker. Here come the Hydralisks along with some more lurkers. Hydralisks trying to kill off those medic marines. Lurker in the back. And here comes those lurker eggs. Hydralisks turning into lurkers very quick, guarding against their obliteration. And the hatchery is saved by mere seconds as more Hydralisks come out of their eggs. Lurkers being repositioned. Nice move here by Agogo, keeping things on the offensive here, or keeping things defensive rather, and holding his own, pushing a Silent Control back even further, killing off more Marines. Now we've got a couple medics and 2 Marines left. Goodbye. Agogo keeping himself in this game somehow. How often do you catch a game like this? It's amazing. I love it here at WCG. I wish it was WCG every day and I was getting paid to cast. All right. Anyway, Terran Command Center being flown out right now for Silent Control. Looks like he's going to try and get an expansion going. I just noticed here, Silent Control's keyboard happens to be pink. Could this be a secret military advantage here in StarCraft Brood War? I don't know. I know I always pick pink in Warcraft 3, but hell, that's just me, right? Maybe it's a little psychological warfare being dished out by Silent Control. Right now, it looks like we've got some offensive lurkers being thrown down here by Agogo, trying to position himself to make another run here on the main base of Silent Control. Silent Control with an in-the-air command center. Gonna get killed off by lots and lots of squirty Hydralisks. There it goes. Command center explodes. And we've got an expansion going to try and be built by Agogo. But nice maneuvering here. My Silent Control, Agogo sending over 2 Scourges to kill off a dropship as he was trying to build that expansion up. Agogo with a ton of Hydralisks here walking over the bridges on Dahlia of Jungle. The 3rd map here. The winner of this game will move on to the finals of StarCraft Brood War. and one step closer to $20,000. Scourge is going after a dropship right now. Gonna kill it off with some nice speed there. Jeez, nice Scourge micro here from a Go-Go, who is just somehow coming back into this game. It looks like he's gonna win right now. But again, the way things have been going, who can really tell? Now we've got the Hydralisk going after the Medic Marine combination here of Silent Control. Looks like his Medic Marine's starting to fail versus these Hydralisks. We've got some good lurker placement here by a Go-Go just outside the main entrance to the main base of Silent Control. Scourge is going after. Oh, nice micro there by, oh my God, by Silent Control as I slowly lose my voice. Wow. Two Scourges going after a science vessel, scouting for lurkers. Scourge goes after the science vessel. One hits it. The next one lured over to Medic Marines and killed off a step away from that science vessel. Hydralisk being brought over even closer to the base of Silent Control. Looks like a Go-Go just trying to push his way slowly on over to the main base of Silent Control, but with siege tanks, you never know. Good science vessel and siege tank usage and control of some missile turrets could be, a deciding factor here in this game. I can say a Go-Go looks like he's going to win this, but I said that before, and Silent Control came back to win, so I don't want to stick my foot in my mouth again. An expansion going up right now for a Go-Go. I believe that's his third expansion, whereas Silent Control really doesn't have any. He's trying to throw one up right now, and that's probably why he's been losing. He's just been trying to get that expansion going. Silent Control slowly pushing his way forward over the bridges right now. And it looks like a Go-Go just kind of falling back right now. Looks like he's trying to wait on his expansions to be finished, make sure he's got them going, and keep them under control. Right now we've got Silent Control just trying to move his units forward. He's pushing forward slowly. He's got a nice combination of Marines, science vessels, siege tanks, and medics. They're on the move, making their way over to the left side of the map where the main base of a Go-Go is. Just over the bridges here. It looks like he's scouting for any possible expansions. He's bringing his forces all together here. That might be a bad move. We'll see. Spreading forces out, usually not a good move, but I think in this case it's really important to keep scouting and know what your opponent's up to. Medic Marine combination going after the expansion right now of a Go-Go. He will lose this expansion. He cannot get back fast enough to save it. Bye-bye. Bye-bye to the hatchery. Silent Control killing off one of the expansions of a Go-Go. A Go-Go fell back there. I hate to say it, but I think if he kept pushing forward there, even versus this nice size force of Silent Control, he could have held on to that expansion. He might have been able to get himself a couple sunken colonies and held it for a little while longer. I'm really expecting to see more Scourges from a Go-Go. So far they've been doing a very good job of killing off the dropships of Silent Control. I think a Go-Go lost a lot of edge mentally after losing that last match. I think he looks a little depressed still, and he's looking very rough around the edges. I think he's a bit nervous, especially after having such a big crowd here at this stage 1 of the 2003 Samsung World Cyber Games. Again, this is Christopher Wax Steven Ionetti bringing you the action for the Team Sportscast Network, www.tsncentral.com. And now we've got Medic Marines pushing forward. This is the big battle, folks. Defense matrix on the siege tanks and the units that are forward. Nice positioning here by a Go-Go, using Scourges to go after the science vessels. One going down. Then here come the lurker pushes. Here they go, going into the ground. Nice burrow being done there. And Silent Control is being pushed back. A Go-Go coming back in this matchup. I don't know where he's coming up with these maneuvers, but he has pushed back Silent Control, and Silent Control has now fallen short of units. This is looking like a Go-Go is going to win this game. Did I just say that again? Uh-oh. maybe that means it's time for another comeback from Silent Control. Who knows? We'll see soon as Agogo making his way down to the middle, lower portion of this map as he's trying to put the hurt on Silent Control before he can get out an efficient counter to this push by Agogo. We've got a science vessel out in the middle of nowhere, and it now looks like Silent Control going to get the heck out of there. Does not want to get another science vessel killed. And now we've got the units bunched up here for Agogo. Looks like he's going to make a push here, looking for any possible expansions of Silent Control. He's been keeping his overlords fairly spread out to scout, but we'll see if he's able to do it and scout for any expansions. I don't think Silent Control has one up, and that's kind of a bad sign. Remember how I said before, if you don't have any expansions up right now, you could be paying for it later? Yeah, that's going to fall into one of these cases. This map is so big, getting an expansion can really only help you. And I think Agogo has proved that. Right now we've got some Scourges making their way around the area of Silent Control's main base. I'm seeing yellow all over the map, and that's going to mean that Agogo has got some nice map control. Silent Control is just trying to scout right now. He's sending out an SCV, trying to find the units of Agogo. He will run those into Agogo's units and get it easily killed off in a heartbeat. He has now seen the units of Agogo. Agogo keeps bringing down more and more units. We've got a possible drop coming, drop ship with several units in, and it looks like it's going to be filled with some Marines, and I believe an SCV was included in the deal. Possible feint here by Silent Control, trying to draw the forces of Agogo over here, and some Scourges going after the dropship, and Silent Control reacting very quickly, killing the Scourge off before it happened. Overlord still safe here, and some nice dropship micro from Silent Control. We've got a Hydralisk pegging away at the dropship, and now it looks like Agogo just positioning himself outside the main base of Silent Control. Silent Control looks very calm, maybe a little bit worried about losing this match. He knows he had the psychological advantage and he had a possible win here on this match, but I don't know if he's a little worried now. I think he should be. It might be good to be a little bit nervous as Silent Control doing another offensive drop here on the expansion base of Agogo. And so far, these drops that have been done by Silent Control have been working very well and in his favor. Now it looks like we've got some reinforcements coming to the expansion base of Agogo, and Agogo is going to easily finish off the dropship with some Scourges. Medic Marines dying at the expansion, and this might be the last resort here by Silent Control. I know he's got to be upset. He had that psychological edge. We've got 5 science vessels right now escorting command center. We're going to see a lot of irradiate from those guys, I believe. Here we go, science vessels gonna fall back here. Oh no, it looks like Silent Control not set up properly as Agogo comes in with Hydralisk, gonna kill off a Terran command center with ease as Silent Control tried to get up another expansion. He's only got one behind his base. I forgot about that one. He's just got really an extension of his main base, and he's got that expansion up. Anyway, he's just holding on with that expansion. Still got minerals at that expansion. Another expansion going up right now for Silent Control. I'm sorry, not for Silent Control, for Agogo. Agogo really taking control of this map. I see yellow everywhere. He's got good scouting. He's got some very good expansions up. I really see him winning this map. But, man, I can't predict anything, really. Not with the way things are going here. But anyway, science vessels scouting out some lurkers right now. Nice irradiate here on Agogo's units, and one of the lurkers being sent into burrow mode, and another Hydralisk being irradiated, taking down some more damage. And there go the irradiates on the units of Agogo. Some really good irradiates hurting the units of Agogo. And now we've got the other big battle here. The Medic Marines are just not enough to deal with all the Hydralisks of Agogo, who's making a push on the main base of Silent Control. Silent Control trying to get some siege tanks set up. Nice positioning here by Silent Control. He will hold back the Hydralisk. Hydralisks for a little while longer. Hydralisks making their way up the ramp, and they're going to finish the the bunker off very soon. Oh my God, Hydralisks falling all over the place. SCV's coming in to repair the bunker. Oh my God, Silent Control is making his hold here on the ramp, and I'm losing my voice. SCV's repairing the bunker. I don't know how Silent Control is pulling this out, but a Go-Go has been held back again. Oh my God, what a match. What a match. This is the WCG semifinals of Brood War, baby, and they're showing it right now. How are they doing this? How are they doing this? Silent Control is not giving up. Excellent unit placement. He is making sure he makes the most out of all of his units, but this could signal the end right here as I see Scourges all over the place. No more drops for you, says a Go-Go. Scourge going after a dropship, another offensive drop by Silent Control as he takes out one of the expansions of a Go-Go. A Go-Go finishing off those units that did it, though, so not a terrible loss for a Go-Go as he's got quite a few expansions. Silent Control might have been hit harder there. Who knows? He's trying to keep himself in this game. He killed off another expansion, held off his defeat for a little while longer. Now here come the Wraiths from Silent Control. He's only got one Wraith versus about 10 Mutalisks, and you know what? Here come the Scourges. One Wraith getting hit by one Scourge. Missile turret defending the Wraith. The Wraith's still alive. Wow. What a game. I don't believe this. Nothing but good games all day. This is amazing. Single elimination. I'm having a blast, folks. I hope you're enjoying listening to the cast. Now here come the Medic Marines. Here comes the Unzerizing as we have the Guardians now coming for a Go-Go, which will obliterate just about any ground unit. And they last quite a while, even versus air, anti-air units from Terrans. Scourges guarding the Guardians, oddly enough. Scourges killing off a Wraith there. Here come the Guardians, just completely owning the ground units of Silent Control. Silent Control with the bunker on fire as he brings more Medic Marines down the ramp into the Lurker spines of a Go-Go. A Go-Go holding Silent Control inside of his base here. I think this is going to be a good game soon for Silent Control, but who knows. The Guardians coming in, finishing off the bunker, really killing off these Medic Marines of Silent Control. Here come the Scourges in to defend the Guardians. Lurkers down, guarding the ground. The Guardians have protection. And now the main base being infiltrated by the Guardians of... Oh my God, another offensive drop here by Silent Control on a Go-Go's expansion bases. Oh my word. We've got ourselves another push on the main base here by a Go-Go, bringing his Lurkers up the ramp. Supply depots biting the dust. Terran command centers as well. Medic Marines being dropped at an expansion base here by Silent Control. He's trying to fight off a Mutalisk. He's going to kill off another expansion, I think, of a Go-Go. I don't know how Silent Control is keeping himself in this game, but he is doing it. Hydralisks up on top of the plateau here at the main base of Silent Control, and Silent Control is now coming under attack by Zerglings. Zerglings coming in to reinforce the expansion, and another offensive drop killed off by a Go-Go. Silent Control has said good game. Semifinals are over, baby, and a Go-Go is moving on to the final. Silent Control looks very upset, and I know he's got to be really sorry. Oh, he's got to be really sorry he lost this game. Let a Go-Go come back. I feel bad for him, but them are the breaks. That's gaming, folks. People think, oh, it's just a game. Oh, you know, it's not that important. It's just a game. These players take it very seriously, especially when they've worked so hard and practiced so much and could have won themselves $20,000. And I know that Silent Control has got to be upset about that. I'd like to congratulate a Go-Go for an excellent, excellent series of games. Probably the best Brood War matches that I've seen here in Korea. I'm shocked at the level of play here, and I hope you guys enjoyed the Shoutcast. Team Sportscast Network will be bringing you more English coverage of just about all the games here at WCG. Tomorrow, I believe we have the Nations versus Nations matchups. Should be for some really good games. I'm casting a ton tomorrow. I got StarCraft here at 10:30 in the morning Korean time. That's going to be 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for all of those people living in America on the East Coast, my home. And I'd just like to thank everybody for listening. This is Christopher Wax Steven Ionetti for the Team Sportscast Network, www.tsncentral.com. Signing off for the day. See you guys later.
이영범 선수, 나도현 선수